Jai Shriman Narayan. Jai Shriman Narayan. Jai Shriman Narayan. I pay my obeisances to my spiritual master, Srimad Jagadguru Sudarshan Acharya Ji Maharaj. I pay my obeisances to Lord Sri Ramanuj. I pay my obeisances to our Purva Acharyas. I pay my obeisances to our 12 Alvars. I pay my obeisances to Mother Lakshmi. And I pay my obeisances to Lord Sriman Narayan. I welcome all of you here physically at the Sri Narayan Dham in Durban, South Africa. I welcome those that's watching this discourse locally, nationally and internationally. And I welcome in advance those that's going to be watching this discourse when it is posted on YouTube and the various groups from around the world subsequently. In the past month and a half, I've had a lot of people coming through, over 30, and I decided to come out of my continuous topic of oneness and discuss this topic, which is very relevant, and this illness is prevalent in our society, and I want to bring to the fore the remedies for this illness. But before I get in unpacking the subject matter, I just want to get into a little background. So there are 8.4 million species of life that exist in this universe. From the 8.4 million, 400,000 are species of human. And when I say 400,000, these are 400 mental dimensions that a human being vibrates in. This 400,000 mental vibrations is divided into 3 further categories. Everything in this universe exists in these 3 categories. These are called modes of nature, and there is nothing that falls outside the parameters of these 3 categories. And this is absolutely scientific. There is a state called absolute goodness or Suddha Sattva that exists outside the material realm. Within the material realm, there is a dimension called goodness or sattva in Sanskrit. Then there is a dimension called passion or activity or rajo gun in Sanskrit. And then there is a dimension called ignorance and indolence, which is tamasic in Sanskrit. So everything in this universe comprises of energy. There is nothing in this universe that does not comprise of energy. So plants eat sunlight and water for their energy. Yes or no? Plants eat sunlight and water for their energy, that is the food of the plant. Then herbivores eat plants, animals that eat plant only to sustain their energy are called herbivores. Carnivores eat other animals for their energy. Yes? And omnivores eat both plants and animals for their energy. Every energy needs another type of energy to subsist, which means energy is transmuted from one form to another form, and we all know scientifically that energy cannot be created, neither can it be destroyed. So all these types of energies are present within this universe. You can see some energies and other energies cannot be seen. Similarly, souls. Souls are a form of consciousness, which is a form of energy. Souls are a form of consciousness, which is a form of energy. A divine soul will be fed at satsang. A divine soul will be fed at satsang. A demonic soul will be fed through passion and desires, greed, pride, jealousy. These are energies. When you have pride, is it not an energy? When you have anger, is it not an energy? When you have hatred, is it not an energy? These energies, people that exhibit these functions, their souls are fed by these energies. When you combine them and group them, these are called demonic energies. So you have divine energies are people that are morally and ethically correct. They are humble, they have compassion, and they are selfless. When you are selfless, when you are involved in humanitarian work, when you get happiness from picking somebody who is right at the bottom and giving that person hope, when you get happiness from doing that, then your soul is feeding with positive energy, because uplifting someone selflessly is positive energy. When you have hatred, when you have envy, when you have greed, when you run for money and all things material, you are in a demonic pool. And your character is demonic. Character comes from all a sum total of subtle impressions in your subconsciousness. Sum total of subtle impressions in your subconsciousness. This sum total of subtle impressions can be brought forth through memory, can be brought forth through a process called memory. These subtle impressions are formed in your mind initially through thought and physical action. Then they go and they get stored in your subconscious mind. Your lifetimes, all your lifetimes of these impressions is your current character. So if you have greed, envy, jealousy, hatred, then it means this was your actions and these were your thoughts throughout your life here on this planet, which is already 155 trillion years. If you perform humanitarian work, if you do seva, if your heart pains when you see somebody else in distress, then it means that these subtle impressions in your mind over a lifetime gave you this character. If you are in darkness, indolent, drugs, alcohol, gambling, prostitution, you frequent brothels, then it means that your character of your subtle impressions of your entire 155 trillion years gave you this character. All of you understand? So you can see a person's entire past through what his character is today. Who you are today, your roots can be seen from who you are today. That is why as soon as you walk through the door, the Guru knows who you are. Then these are gross characters that you can see. Then there are souls that have left these bodies. Souls that have left these bodies. A soul in Suddha Sattva will pierce this material covering and enter Vaikuntha. Vaikuntha means a place of no anxiety. A soul in Suddha Sattva will pierce the coverings of this universe because it is absolutely subtle. Absolutely subtle. It carries no mind, no intelligence, no ego. It carries no mind, no intelligence, no ego. It permeates the cosmic ego and enters Vaikuntha. Another type of soul, a soul that lives prematurely, that was vibrating in Satagun. A soul that lives prematurely, that was vibrating in Satagun, will be found around ashrams if you was a Sanatan Dharmi, mosques if you were a Muslim, and churches if you were a Christian, because your soul needs to be fed. And if you are in Satagun, that means your food is positive energy. Although you left your body prematurely, whilst vibrating in Satagun, then you want to feed, as I explained, the different types of food. A soul in Satagun will eat positive energy. A soul in Satagun will eat positive energy. And where is positive energy found? Ashrams, mosques, synagogues, churches. This is where positive energy is found. So what we call a ghost need not necessarily be harmful, because everything have to subsist in these three dimensions: Satagun, Rajagun and Tamagun. You cannot exist out of this. You can exist in Satagun with a tinge of Rajagun. You can exist in Rajagun with a tinge of Satagun and a tinge of Tamogun. You can exist in Tamogun with a tinge of Rajogun. You understand? But you cannot exist out of these three modes of impulsions. These three modes of impulsions. Everyone is impelled like a magnet by these three modes. Everyone is impelled like a magnet by these three modes. Today, whoever is seated here in this satsang, no matter what your character is, your mind is impelled by Satagun. Because this satsang exists in Satagun. Do you understand? When you go out of that gate, then you'll say this guru was talking nonsense. Then you go into Rajogun. When you leave this gate, hey, what this guru knows? He's talking nonsense. Same mind that was in Satagun will now be impelled in Rajogun. And when you go back home and say, hey, this stupid satsang, I'll never go there again, I rather remain as I am, then you go into Tamogun. You can see one mind within 2 hours or 3 hours how it got impelled by the three modes of nature that impels the mind. Every mind is impelled in these three modes of nature. Every living entity is categorized in these three modes of nature. You understand, all of you? So similarly, if your soul leaves your body prematurely, it has to exist in the mode of nature that the character was. It has to exist in the mode of nature that the character was. So you have a ghost. When the point in time where you are without a material body in this material universe is called ghost or pishach or pishach. The Bhagavad Gita, from where I get my knowledge, the Bhagavad Gita is the first summarized Vedic injunction where I obtain my knowledge, mentions pishach twice. 700 verses mentions pishach twice already. Those that worship the ancestors go to the ancestors. That means if you do ancestor worship, you will go to Pitralok. Pitralok is a dimension where souls go in a waiting period for the next body. It is a waiting room. It is a dimension called Pitralok where you wait for your next body. Your next body might be 10 days, 1,000 days, 10 years, 1,000,000 years. Alright? In Sanatana Dharma, million is like a grain. We talk in trillions. Sanatana Dharma, we talk in trillions. We talk in 311 trillion, 40 billion years as one cycle of creation. In Sanatana Dharma, 1,000,000 is a small time frame. 1,000,000 years is a very small time frame. All of you understand? So in Pitralok, you will either get a body to go up or to come down. That's your next dimension when your soul leaves this body. And there, Yamraj has a spreadsheet. That spreadsheet will say whether you go up or whether you come down. Earth is the via medium, and the human body is also a via medium for the destination of your soul in each lifetime. Earth is the only system where energies exist in both the gross form and the subtle form. If you go up from Pitralok upwards, there is no gross form. And if you go from earth downwards, there is no subtle form. Everything is gross in the hellish planets and everything is subtle in the heavenly planets, but earth is a via medium where you get both these energies, which means that the pishach, when they leave the body, the soul that is going to be lingering on this earth, when a soul leaves its body before time, suicide, accident, then that soul cannot get a body immediately. So that soul will reside on this planet until God takes compassion on that soul and awards it a body. Those souls that are in Satagun, as I said, like this ashram, there's an infinite of souls feeding off this ashram that you will call ghosts, but ghost does not mean, Tivashni, you and your family. Tivashni left her mother, biological mother and father. Now she has joined the ghost family. And let's see if the Guru is joking. Alright? Her new family is ghost. Before Tivashni should feed off the divine energies, when she was in standard 6, she should get up 4 o'clock morning. Every morning she should get up at 4 to come and do Aarti at our Westville shrine and then go to school. Now she can't get up at 7 to go to school because what energies she is now vibrating in. Same Tivashni. In Tamogun, when you can't get up, you are lazy, you sleep all day, you can't work, you can't do anything, then you are in Tamogun, indolence. Alright? Laziness, frothiness. When you got spit leaking, you saw those type of people? Then you are in Tamogun. Alright? And I want to explain this scientifically so that whoever is afflicted can get relief. Alright? So at the moment, Tivashni, what is impelling your mind from the 3 gunas? Can't be Satagun, Tivashni. For the first time in my life as a guru, I'm being filmed by ghosts. I'm being filmed by ghosts. And I think this is a world first where a guru is being filmed by a host of ghosts. Alright? Again, we have to understand these ghosts exist in Christianity, they exist in Islam, they exist in Judaism, they exist in every religion. And these ghosts are here today in this ashram. Those ghosts that are that left the body in Satagun, they attend satsang every Sunday to feed off. Their food is this discourse. This discourse is in Suddha Sattva. This discourse is releasing positive energy into the atmosphere, and the ghosts, those that left the body prematurely, they are around here eating this positive energy, which is transcendental knowledge. These ghosts, as per the Guru's compassion, will soon enter appropriate bodies. Will soon enter appropriate bodies. Key word is Guru. Key word is Guru. Whether you dead or alive, whether you have a body or don't have a body, key word is Guru, and follow me through scientifically. Follow me through scientifically. So, those that left their body in a nightclub, those that were murdered in a nightclub, what type of energy through drugs and alcohol that soul that left that body through armed robbery where the police shot it, that soul that left in that guna, what type of energy that soul will want to eat? What type of energy will that soul want to eat? Tamasic. Negative energy. That soul's food is negative energy. That negative energy is prevalent in Kali Yuga by 75%. 75% of the cosmic energy in Kali Yuga and even more is negative energy. Negative energy. What creates negative energy? If glorifying the God and transcendental knowledge depicting the Lord creates divine energy, then what energy is created? What energy will ghost that left the body prematurely in Tamogun, what energy they want to feed off? What energy they want to feed off? Negative energy. So if in your household you have a divine family and this pishach want to enter your household, how will this pishach enter your household? Two ways. Any worship done in Tamogun, who attends? Who? The ghost. If you do not worship as per scripture, then you leave the doors and windows of your worship open for negative energies to enter your worship. Yes or no? Because scriptures is your burglar guard for worshipping only the divine. Only the divine. When you do your Havan and your Katha and Janda as prescribed, which entities give off divine energy? You have the Supreme Lord, you have 330 million Devis and Devtas. They are cosmic administrators. When you do oblations in their name, they give off positive energy. When you pay your obeisances to the Sun God, what energy will the Sun God release? When you pay your obeisances to the Moon God, what energy will be released? You understand? And when you do satanic worship, and satanic worship is worshipping through sacrifice without a proper procedure. Have you heard people that sacrifice, have you heard people say, the Pandit came and did the clean prayers first? Have you heard people say, Pandit came and did the clean prayers first, and now we're doing the sacrifice? What does it mean if the Pandit came and did the clean prayers first and you doing the sacrifice? You don't have to even be educated in grade 1. Not even RRR education. If you hear someone saying, the priest came and did his clean prayers first and went away, what was the other prayers? Dirty. Who will attend dirty prayers? And who attended the clean prayers? In the clean prayers, positive energy was exuded. In the dirty prayers, negative energies was exuded. Yes? Positive and negative, what it does to your prayer? Neutralizes it. Neutralizes it. You wasted your and alcohol. And alcohol, because the dirty prayers needs lots and lots of alcohol. And we should attend these dirty prayers only for the and the goats satisfied? Meat, all right. So you all know what the Guru is talking about. We have to be frank with each other. It might hurt some of you, but it hurts you more when this pishach is sitting inside you. And you think that you are mentally insane. You are not mentally insane. The pishach affects your mental health. And the pishach affects your mental state. Pishach health affects your mental health, Sita. Don't flicker your eyes like that. Alright? And it affects your mental, physiological, biological state. Yes or no? Yes. You go from doctor to doctor, you go from religion to religion. You go from healer to healer. when the pishach is not identified as the cause, you'll never get fixed. You'll never get fixed. These mental hospitals are full of people who society cannot handle any more. They are in every corner of this world. There are mental institutions in Germany, in Switzerland, everywhere. It affects every race, and it affects whoever is open to get affected. So let's see again. When this bhut and pishach wants food, the negative ones, you think they'll come and sit around this ashram here, like the Satagun pishach? Where they will go? They're in the pubs. Where they are? Satish Bhai? Also in the brothels. Satish Bhai? Also in the brothels. Alright? Yeah, they call it escort agencies. Alright? It's also bhut and pishach agency. Bhut and pishach agency. Alright? Satish Bhai? All of you understand? So they will wait there. For who? Satish Bhai. Then they will come home with Satish Bhai, and that soul will jump on Jessica and cause a fight. When Jessica starts screaming at Satish Bhai where he was, and Satish Bhai cannot give a evidential answer because she works in the Justice Department, then that energy through her anger is eaten by the pishach. That ghost is now going to feed off. It will start destroying the family, because as the family starts fighting, that pishach starts getting healthier and healthier and healthier. It will start taking the family members to places of pishach worship. Places of pishach worship. Pishach worship is where there is sacrifices done without Vedic injunction. In Kali Yuga, there are no priests available to do animal sacrifices as per Vedic injunctions. In the other three yugas, there is a Vedic injunction where you throw an animal into fire. But it must be done according to a priest who has perfected the frequency of the mantra. So you find an animal that is sick or lame, and you practice your mantra as a priest. To practice your mantra and get the frequency 100% correct, you look for an animal that is not well. And then you throw that animal into the fire, and if your mantra was, your frequency was 100%, that animal will come out rejuvenated. That animal will come out rejuvenated. If your frequency was not 100%, that animal would immediate effect take a human birth. So there was no loss on the animal. But why Satish Bhai do goat prayers? What mantra has Satish Bhai got to perfect when he has Jessica, the greatest mantra of all, personified? You understand? Do you understand? So cutting animals randomly, in the form of prayer, is impelled by whom? By whom? The pishach that is vibrating in tamogun. The pishach that is vibrating in tamogun. And you'll see. You will see. And I myself had this experience. Leave Satish Bhai alone. I myself had this experience. When I was sick for 20 years. And it was Guruji that made me better. And this is why I said, only through a Guru you'll get release from a pishach. There's no other cure, there's no medication, there is absolutely no way out. Only through a Guru. I waited 20 years until my Guru remedied my situation. And we traveled the length and breadth. So much so that I had a live rooster cut on my head with the hot blood pouring all over me. Tivashni, your ghosts are still tame. Your ghosts are still tame. Maybe they'll want a sparrow cut outside or a myna. But I am not giving this discourse through judgment. I am giving this discourse through experience. I am an acharya. I have to go through every aspect of human suffering and then sit on this end and remedy that suffering. Do you understand? So in whatever condition you enter my ashram, I've been there, I've done that. You can't bluff this Guru. You can't. This Guru is not a theoretical Guru. Can't be bluffed. I saw you when you entered that door. All of you understand. So the food for a pishach in tamogun is where a family screams at each other, fights, in total argument, nothing is right. That is impelled by that pishach so it can eat that negative energy. All of you understand? Are there any questions? This is a sensitive topic. Any questions?
These Muslims that do Qurbani now, they slaughter too much.
Well, they do it prescribed. There's a prescription in the Quran on how to cut a goat. It is authorized in their religion. It is not authorized in your religion. It's authorized in their religion. All right? If you want to sacrifice, I have many Maulana friends, bhai. Next week, this coming Sunday is Guru Purnima at 2 p.m. But I'm asking my devotees to come at 1 p.m. so that you can get Guru Guru's grace. You can get Guru's grace. Then we'll go into the marquee for the multiracial Guru Purnima. This is the first ashram in the world that's having a multiracial, or interfaith Guru Purnima. Have never been done in the history of mankind. Alright? So we'll have black pastors, colored pastors, maybe white pastors. I don't know, Jessica. Alright? We have in Maulanas, we have in a black guru that was here last week. Alright? So this is a world first. This is a world first. You can Google and check whether any Guru Purnima was held with all the religions. So remind me, Maulana's day, read the azan in your ear. From next year you can buy sheep on this day. Today is Bakri Eid. Thank you for reminding me. I want to wish all my Muslim brothers and sisters a happy Eid. You think I'm contradicting myself? No, because in Islam, they are allowed both to sacrifice and eat meat. In Sanatan Dharma, you must be a Satish Bhai. You must be Satish Bhai vegetarian. Otherwise, you as well. You know enough, pastors. I'll get you baptized in one of my koi ponds, and you can become brother Satish. Okay, all right. So all of you understand that the Guru's job is not easy to come and sit on this Vyasasana and give you information. Because what information may be funny to some is sensitive to someone else. And if I don't keep a balance, Kishore Bhai, I won't see you next week. So I have to say the right things at the right temperament to the right audience at the right time. All of you understand? So it's not a walk in the park for a guru. A guru's life is also not as glorious as you see it. Yeah, walking with the camera following me, sitting, doing my obeisances and sitting here. If there are 30 people that is being troubled by pishach at this moment in time, can you imagine for the extraction of this pishach how much of the Guru's energy is involved? Can you imagine? I'm doing 30 operations simultaneously. Sita, you're smiling. I've been operating on you since day one. That infinite, if you had 330 million pishach in you, Sita, it would have been a walk in the park. But that infinite amount, Sita. So Guru's work is hard. Guru's work is hard. Don't look at the ashram, the design of the ashram, and think the Guru is building a very beautiful ashram. He got boys working here, he collects some funds here and there. He's living a rosy life. And the Guru got children as well. So life for this Guru is not easy. Balancing everything and still giving you the best product in this world. The Guru has to work very, very hard to give you this. Do you understand? And I'm saying this because next week is Guru Purnima. Guru Purnima means appreciating your Guru for what he has done throughout the year. That is the celebration of Guru Purnima, which is next week. So I'm saying this. Those of you that are here that consider yourselves to be devotees of this ashram, then you should be here at 1:45. We'll start promptly at 1. We'll do invocation, and I think Dana wants to do washing of feet. Dana will do washing of the Guru's feet, and we'll do Aarti. And the Guru will bless you. Guru will bless you. Then the guest will arrive and we'll go into the Maki and we'll have a interfaith, multiracial, multi-ethnic Guru Purnima, which will be a world first. And if you are here, then history, you will be part and parcel of history, because this was never done in any era in this 5,000 years. All of you understand? Everyone, are there any questions? Any questions?
So you spoke about the Sattvagun and the Tamagun and how these pishachs feed off the Tamagun. So if you have a family that has more Tamagun than Sattvagun souls residing in that family, how is it best for the Sattvagun soul in that family to either be away from the Tamagun energy or to bring in more Sattvagun?
Om Namo Narayan Mantra. Om Namo Narayan Mantra. This is a good question. So Nilendri will understand how to and Vasan to live with Tiveshni. Alright? And I'm worried because Nilendri lives on the first floor. I don't want her diving through a window when Tiveshni's family sits for supper when everyone is asleep. Alright? And Vasan, he takes Tiveshni now and again. They go out camping. Vasan is also camping with a whole host of pishach. And when we went to India, myself, Vasan, he is the only devotee in the world to have taken a photograph with Ravana's sister. With Ravana's sister, Vasan. Alright, it's there. Vishwadhar, I'm sure he'll be happy. He'll post this in this discourse. So this is a reality. Again, this is a living reality. And I said your character is made of all your past impressions, and past impressions are your actions. And your actions may have been in physical action and also thought. So if you go up the driveway and say this Guru is Dham, he doesn't know what he's talking about, you don't have to say it. If you spoke to yourself in your mind, then it is part of your karma and there'll be consequences. So let's look at the Guru system today. Let's look at the Guru system today. You think these Bhut and Pisach have not entered Gurus? You'll read in the paper of cults, and this is more in the Western world, also in India as well, where a Guru becomes a Guru, you have thousands of followers, you take them to a secluded place, then he has sex with all the females there, with the permission of the husband. Can you see how sickening this is? And these are Gurus, dressed like this. Do you understand? You get pastors, you get Molanas, Molvis, you get this in all religion. You understand? So they impersonate spiritual leaders. These ghosts in Sattvagun will give you visions of divinity. They will show you a realm of divinity. They will take you through a divine platform. These ghosts in Tamogun will show you blood will take you to gurus who have now become commercial gurus. There are many gurus in the world. They've gone so brave that you can find them on social media. They have billions of rands in their bank account and they are hoodwinking the entire world. They are flying from place to place. You understand? These are pishach that has sat in the human body and have become gurus. And it is for this reason, in this ashram, we do not transact commercially. We do not transact commercially. But it is a Vedic injunction. It is a Vedic injunction that when the Guru imparts knowledge to you, you have to pay him. When the Guru imparts knowledge to you, you have to pay. But you don't have to pay in monetary terms. The Guru will have various segments. You do social work through the Guru's ashram and you pay your Guru dakshina. You come and rake the ashram and you pay your Guru's dakshina. You get involved in next week's Guru Purnima and you pay your Guru's dakshina. And Lord Shri Krishna had to pay his Guru's dakshina as well. Who knows the story on how Lord Shri Krishna had to pay his Guru's dakshina, Sandipan Muni? He had to pay a dakshina which only God could pay. He had to make Sandipan Muni's dead child come alive. But he paid Guru dakshina. All of you understand? So when I program you into various groupings and ask you to do things, I'm only making you pay Guru dakshina through various means, which is a Vedic injunction. All of you understand? Like Nilesh, every week he brings 2 chocolates, 2 or 3. Guru dakshina. Jessica now once in a while when she feels she and the Guru are on the right mindset, when she really loves a Guru, then I'll find one big slab, bubbly chocolate inside on my bed. I must know it's Jessica. You understand? So,
Wonder what you want.
she wants hair to grow on your head. She don't want to be seen as if she's moving with a very, very old man. You know? She wants to show the world she has a young husband. All right? This is why she's so friendly with Rajbansi's wife. She's after one of those weeks. Are there any questions? Again, it comes down to the Guru. So the Bhut and the Pishach will take you to a fake Guru. Bhut and Pishach will take you to a fake Guru. And this is why I said you must do due diligence. Alright? Like how all of y'all got open access to this entire ashram. If you don't see us there, go into our fridge, go into our freezer. If it's only vegetarian, you know Guru is right. If you find a kilo of meat somewhere, run for your life. Over fences, anywhere. Don't even try to run up the driveway. You won't make it. Just run. You understand? All of you understand? Are there any questions? Okay, Jessica, just remind me for after this course, after this live, I want to say something, right?